Hello, everyone. We are thrilled to be here participating and sharing our experiences in the Symposium on Living Heritage and Sustainable Development from a people-centered approach. Let me introduce myself. I'm Rohit Jigyasu, Project Manager at ICCROM, and joining me is my colleague Jose Cardozo, Coordinator of the Cultural Heritage for Inclusive Growth project at ICCROM. For those who might not be familiar, ICCROM, the International Center for the Study of Preservation and Restoration of Cultural Property, is an intergovernmental organization dedicated to serving its 137 member states in promoting the conservation of cultural heritage worldwide. Today, we are excited to present a collaborative project in partnership with the British Council. Back in January 2022, we responded to the British Council's calls for proposals, teaming up with institutional partners in Southeast Asia and the United Kingdom. Together, we presented a project with the goal of assessing how the conservation and management of cultural heritage can contribute to inclusive growth in Southeast Asian communities. This initiative aimed at facilitating the exchange of insights among heritage institutions, NGOs, civil society organizations, and researchers from both the region and the United Kingdom. Our project has a very clear goal, connecting heritage communities in the UK and Southeast Asia to facilitate shared learning, best practices, and long-term collaborations for sustainable cultural heritage development. Here's a breakdown of our key actions. We assess the current status of inclusive growth practices in the region. We invited submissions showcasing initiatives contributing to inclusive growth. Workshop sessions were organized to encourage understanding and engagement among stakeholders. A dedicated website was built to share information and encourage stakeholder dialogue. And last but not the least, we linked heritage communities, professionals, policymakers, and stakeholders in the region. We issued a call for case studies across Southeast Asia, reaching out to heritage organizations, professionals, and researchers to share initiatives aligning with our project's goals for inclusive growth and innovative conservation practices. From this call, we received an impressive response with 36 projects pouring in from 10 countries. Among these, we have pre-selected 16 outstanding case studies to take the center stage in our workshop sessions and featured on our online exhibition platform. Building upon our call for case studies, we actively engaged in knowledge sharing and capacity building between December 2022 and January 2023 through a series of 3 online thematic workshops. These workshops focused on different ways to connect heritage conservation with inclusive growth, covering social, economic, and environmental aspects. During these sessions, participants shared experiences, exchanged ideas, and gained insights from various viewpoints. Next, please. Workshop 1 was on sustainable conservation of built heritage. Under economic sustainability, we delved into maximizing the potential of our historical buildings for the benefit of communities. We discussed strategies for maintaining, rehabilitating, improving energy efficiency, and adapting old buildings in a sustainable way. We also looked at heritage as a valuable resource for fostering inclusive and sustainable economic development at both local and regional levels. We also explored avenues for making creative and inclusive investments in heritage, leading to the creation of meaningful jobs. Lastly, we focused on developing skills and building capacity within the community, ensuring that everyone can actively contribute to our collective efforts. Let's look at workshop 2, which was on heritage regeneration in the settlement context. Here we focused on how heritage can enhance cultural identity and create a stronger sense of belonging in both urban and rural settings. We also looked at how heritage initiatives can open up job opportunities and support sustainable livelihoods, contributing to economic well-being of communities. The role of heritage in stimulating dialogue among different communities was also discussed. Lastly, we emphasize the importance of heritage in promoting social inclusion, especially among the most vulnerable and marginalized members of the communities. In workshop 3, which was focused on regeneration of arts and crafts and environmental sustainability, we discussed ways to protect and support traditional arts and crafts, emphasizing their role in preserving local knowledge and providing economic opportunities for communities. We also explored how heritage can contribute to energy efficiency and help in preserving biodiversity. The workshop highlighted the importance of heritage sites in promoting sustainable practices for the protection and restoration of natural ecosystems. Now I pass the floor to my colleague Jose Cardozo to talk about the case studies that we discussed during this project. Over to you, Jose.
Thank you, Rohit. In our exploration, we began with a broad range of case studies, gradually narrowing down to 16 for our workshops, and then honing in on 6 specific cases. We engaged in a deeper dialogue with these shortlisted studies, examining and discussing their approaches within the inclusive growth framework. Today, we'll focus on 3 of these impactful initiatives. So let's start with a truly inspiring project, Luklan Muang Prey, established in 2001 as a voluntary civic network in northern Thai province of Prey, unveiling a rich historical legacy with ancient rulers' houses and mansions often unnoticed. So in response, Luklan Muang Prey initiated a community-led project to revive the city's historical narrative, educate future generations, and ensure the preservation of local heritage. It's a fantastic example of how community-led initiatives can genuinely impact heritage preservation. Involving the community ensures more sustainable outcomes, and this bottom-up approach is crucial for inclusivity. Among the numerous projects this civic group was involved in, notable success stories include the Natang Archaeological Museum and Old Town Market. These examples vividly illustrate how heritage preservation enriches the community's well-being and generates economic opportunities. Policymakers involved recognize the potential for income generation, sustainable tourism, and overall inclusive growth. The key takeaway here is the power of collaboration. The project's success underscores the significance of collaboration, capacity building, and international partnerships in heritage preservation. It's about recognizing economic aspects while ensuring that the community is actively involved in the bottom-up approach to the preservation of its own heritage. So let's go to the second project, Hijos de Siete Lagos Heritage Tours in the Philippines. It's a community-based program celebrating the history, nature, culture, and people of San Pablo City, Laguna. This initiative is all about creating a business model that supports micro, small, and medium enterprises by crafting tour narratives that highlight the region's political history with a special focus on women's struggles and successes. The project supports heritage-focused tourism without harming the environment or overwhelming popular touristic spots. It achieves this by spreading tourism to less visited areas, protecting natural landscapes and historical sites while simultaneously boosting local economies. It enables local people and small businesses to engage with visitors, offering authentic experiences. Not only promotes sustainability, but also contributes to team building and provides well-paid jobs for the local community. This project values not only tangible heritage, but also very important traditions and oral histories that might otherwise be forgotten. By preserving these unique cultural treasures, it fosters a strong sense of community identity through cultural education. As for the reflections of these workshops and the project so far, the workshop sessions played a very important role in our project, indeed, bringing together individuals working on the ground, heritage professionals, and various organizations. These sessions provided valuable space for reflections and discussions, and after the workshop, a collective gathering of all project partners occurred to summarize the findings and exchange insights regarding the challenges, aspirations, and lessons learned in cultural heritage conservation and inclusive growth. In navigating the how of empowering sustainable preservation in community-led heritage, the ongoing outcomes of discussions focus on several key strategies, such as building upon local knowledge, skills, and resources, utilizing tools and approaches that enhance understanding and engagement with communities. Public consultation plays a vital ongoing role in identifying commonly agreed goals and strategies, while stakeholder analysis delves into ongoing interests and power dynamics. Preservation efforts should be continually planned and implemented with both short and long-term visions in mind. For the learning and sharing part, establishing and maintaining a digital platform is crucial for effective communication and knowledge sharing. Ongoing documentation of experiences, lessons learned, and best practices is essential to create a valuable and evolving resource. Ongoing facilitation of capacity building activities empowers individuals and organizations involved in heritage preservation. For effective partnership, the project should emphasize the ongoing importance of this matter. So collaboration and partnership between educational institutions, local authorities, heritage professionals, administrators, and community representatives should also be continuously fostered. Synergy and cooperation among stakeholders should be also enhanced to achieve common goals.
In conclusion, the Cultural Heritage for Inclusive Growth project marks a significant stride in understanding and promoting community-based and community-led approaches for heritage conservation. It has emphasized how cultural heritage plays a crucial role in driving social, economic, and environmental progress. Our exploration of case studies from Southeast Asia underscores the potency of melding values-driven leadership with genuine community engagement. These stories reveal the effectiveness of approaches centered on inclusive growth through heritage, offering a holistic framework for addressing local challenges. We are hoping that this kind of a guideline that we are currently making is going to help not only in understanding cultural heritage for inclusive growth, but also implementing the projects and making sure that this approach is mainstreamed into the entire process of project formulation, implementation, and monitoring. Thank you very much.
Thank you.